You rock, my friends. You Rock podcast is for women like you who want to own your life and live an engaged and joyful life. Hosted by Dr. Aliyah Majid, mom of 3, devoted wife, and a scientist turned life coach on a mission to empower women to take control of their lives. In this podcast, we deliver tools, insights, and inspiration on rocking your own life, owning to your highest potential, and becoming the best version of you. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aliyah Majid.
Hello guys, welcome back again to You Rock Podcast, a podcast for ambitious women to go after the life that you want. So in this episode, I'm sharing with you guys the ways that you can increase your confidence in order for you to take a risk and to start something new, whatever that may be in this year. So maybe you have a side hustle that you wanting to really start this year, or maybe you are taking up the leadership role in the company that you are working at, or maybe you are a parent who are facing life challenges on how you can be a better parent to your kids. Listen up for today's episode. We'll share with you guys some of the techniques that could improve your confidence in whatever aspects of your life. First and foremost, although I mentioned that this podcast is for you guys to improve your self-confidence, the number one thing in improving confidence is that you do not actually need more confidence. What you need is to improve your courage, not your confidence. Okay? Don't wait for confidence to arise. You can take a step. You can take any step that would build your confidence. Because confidence develops naturally when you take a risk. It's not confidence that is so important to improve professional or personal life, but courage. My definition of courage is a strong belief in our worthiness in this world and making daily choices to reflect this belief. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courageous people do feel fear, but they are able to manage and overcome their fear so that it does not stop them from taking action. What I understand over the years is that it's not courageous people, the brave people that you see out there who are kicking their ass and, making these awesome things in the world. It doesn't mean that they don't have fear. What they have is they have more courage than us. Okay? So courageous people often use fear to ensure that they are not too overly confident and that they take the appropriate actions. So how do they manage this? How do they manage the fear of taking risks? Okay, so as I am recording this, maybe you are listening to some kind of noise behind in the background because I think my neighbor is now, pounding on the what you call it, the lesung batu to tumbuk the sambal, and maybe she's preparing for berbuka puasa today, and it gets me thinking about courage and taking action, and the fact that sometimes we have this fear, and because of that we don't take any action and waiting for the perfect time to even take that first step. Today, I am with my baby at home again, because I thought he has cleared up with the chicken pox and then the possibility that he get this HFMD. But it turns out that some of the kids are having HFMD at the kindergarten and they end up close the kindergarten for a week. So today, my 2-year-old son is at home. So I was, planning to really sit down today and really dig down into what I want to talk to you guys for the podcast this week, and making sure that, whatever things that I'm sharing is something really fruitful and insightful for you guys. Because I know time is important. You want to listen to something really meaningful, something that is really, you learn something from listening and spending time with me today. I really appreciate that, guys, for you guys who have been listening to me all this while. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to this podcast so that you know when the new episode will update. And usually right now I'm updating the podcast every Sunday on 8 a.m. so that you guys can take some time during the weekend and listen to the podcast. Or you can also listen to this podcast while you're commuting on your Monday morning to get some boost of motivation. So back to the story of courage and, waiting for a perfect time to really taking off and doing something. Today is the perfect example of that. Okay. A couple of days back, I was thinking like I will be making the perfect episode of podcast. See, I even use that kind of word. The thing is that I know I'm striving for excellence. I want to improve the things that I'm delivering. But I always remember that perfectionism is not the goal, There's no perfect answer. There's no perfect outcome. There's no perfect episode to be published. What I have to do is to take this action. Although today is, quite a busy day because I'm taking care of my baby and my husband is working. My other son is, they have this penggeliran at the school and this is the last week he is at home. So things get really messy and instead of having the perfect time to really sit down and create this episode for you guys, I only have a couple of hours so that I can still show up for this episode because I love doing this and I love spending time with you guys. Okay. So what I'm saying is that you will not be having the perfect time to really take action. But what courage is that the belief in yourself that whatever thing that you are taking right now, whatever task that you are embarking right now, you are taking conscious effort and you are aware on where these things are heading. You know what's your value. You know what are the bigger purpose of you doing all these things. So courage is really not the absence of fear. It's actually you showing up your true self and, just kicking your ass. So I just don't have any other words to say rather than how can you instill more courage in your life? Okay. So first and foremost, you have to promise yourself that you will undertake persistent, continuous action toward attaining your goals. Promise yourself that you will start right now, today, right now, in this moment. Okay. Take 10 minutes every day to tell yourself this and promise yourself that you will develop self-confidence. You will develop the courage from inside of you to kick ass. So spend at least 30 minutes per day thinking about the person you want to become. Understand that your thoughts will manifest themselves as reality. So you must think about what you want to achieve in order to achieve it. Okay, sorry again, this is Ramadan, but I am talking about kicking ass all the time in this episode. Maybe it's just that nerve hormone that I have inside of me right now because of hugging my baby today all day long and I get so excited and we are planning to go back to kampung tomorrow. So maybe this kind of, adrenaline, I don't know what kind of hormone is it, but I think it's what we call it? Oxytocin. Yeah. The oxytocin hormone is kicking up in me and that I am really excited to see more of you guys kicking ass. What this means is that if you haven't had a chance to talk with me one-on-one yet, I have this opportunity for you guys, for my listeners and for those who have subscribed in my email list to book a 45-minute one-on-one coaching session with me, which is totally complimentary from me. This is a thing that I just love to do. I'm giving it away for this whole month of Ramadan. I think what's the best gift that I can give to you guys, and other than my time, spending time with you guys. So I have the link down below. Make sure you click and book that session with me, a 45 session that will change your life, 45 minutes one-on-one session that will change your life. So back to our topic that we are discussing just now. Another thing that you can do is that you write down a description of the person you want to become. So include your biggest goal that you want to achieve. Write down that you will never stop trying and that you will work toward developing sufficient, self-confidence to achieve your goal. So read this to yourself at least once a day. Commit it to your memory. So what I have been doing is that I write this in a piece of document. So what I'm using is a Google Doc so that I can just open it from my iPhone or tablet or laptop. So anyway, I can open it because it's on the cloud. So what I write is that I write my biggest why I'm doing this, my purpose, my biggest goal, and I kind of read it maybe every other day. If I can, I will read this every day. But sometimes I just forgot. But what this helps is that it will be imprinted in your memory so that you will subconsciously moving towards that direction. Okay, and then maintain a positive attitude towards others too. Remind yourself of your love for humanity and eliminate all negative thoughts, emotions as they come up. When you develop this confidence and you realize that this confidence actually it stems from the courage of you taking those actions and kicking asses, and believe in yourself, and others will also believe in you and you will achieve all your goals. Okay. So one of the things that certain people feel like they cannot just move forward, they cannot just be courageous and take actions because they have this big fear in front of them. So what you need to do is to acknowledge your fears and confront them. Like I mentioned just now, courageous people still have fear inside of them, but instead of ignoring them, instead of saying that, yes, you can be strong and just ignore that fear that you have, instead of doing that, listen to your fear. In every area of your life, acknowledge the fears that are stopping you. It might be fear that is stopping you from earning a higher income or living more enjoyably or whatever it may be. Listen to what these fears is telling you. Be in touch with your fears. All of us are afraid. If you cannot admit to this, you are pretending to yourself and others. The fake it till you make it, the be strong mentality is not there anymore. This is something that you need to shift right now. This is something that you need to let go of because you have to admit that you are afraid. All women, all men, all people in this world, we are afraid of something, and be in touch with that fear. Really listen to them. And of course, what I'm mentioning about fear right now is not the fear of, let's say, a stray dog who is now attacking you on the street or whatever, that kind of fear that will kill you kind of way. But this fear that is something that is brought up in your mind from the thought that you are thinking about something. From that, you kind of feel like this, a bit heavy in your shoulder. You feel like, you kind of like shutting down or things like that. These are some of the ways how fear are showing up in your life. And be honest with your fears. Honor your choices. Some people fear the feeling of fear. The feeling of fear itself, they fear the feeling of fear. So they remain in their comfort zone. But their comfort zone is not the way to go. You will find boredom and life is not exciting anymore if you stay in your comfort zone. Every man, every woman has fears, but the superior man, superior woman is not afraid to show his or her fears and confront them. So she does not stay in the comfort zone. And one of the practice that I found really useful in order for you to engage in your fear, meaning that really listen to the fear that you have in you, is a suggestion by Kristen Almer, who was a former professional extreme skier and the author of The Art of Fear, Why Conquering Fear Doesn't Work and What to Do Instead. So what she mentioned is that you have to engage in your fear practice for 2 minutes each day. First, what she mentioned is that for you to locate the fear in your body. So sometimes it is in your jaws or in your shoulder, sometimes it's in your forehead. And then do this 3-step process that I'll be laying down after this. The 3-step process is number 1, to spend 15 to 30 seconds affirming that it's natural to feel discomfort. So you should be scared when you are doing big things, and acknowledging this can be life-changing. So spend 15 to 30 seconds affirming that it's natural to feel discomfort. So usually if I've kind of like feeling like really, fearful, or I have this discomfort of doing big challenging things in my life, and I really get afraid of that, and because of that I kind of have this second thought and maybe start to self-sabotage my progress. What I do is I stop and I take a deep breath and I breathe in really long, and breathe out longer, and then I continue doing that. And while doing that, I affirm to myself that it is okay that I feel fear here. It is okay. It's natural to feel this way. It is natural to feel this way. And a good way to do that also by remembering Allah during that time, and saying things like, Allah, I'm afraid right now. Saying things like, you just like talking to Allah during that time is really good for you too. Okay. So just say that, I'm afraid. Please help me, Allah. I'm afraid. Please show me how to do this. Just like you are talking with a really trustful friend. But of course, it's Allah. So you just talk to Allah like that. So meaning that the first step that mentioned by Kristen Almer just now, so you can also incorporate the talking with Allah part by affirming that it's natural to feel this discomfort. And the second step will be spend the next 15 to 30 seconds to understanding what your current relationship with this discomfort is. So if the anxiety is out of proportion to the situation or is irrational in any way, that means that you are ignoring fear, and therefore it speaks louder and louder or acts out. If this is the case, ask what fear is trying to tell you that you didn't acknowledge. For example, writing a new speech, the one you have sucked, and things like that. So really listen to what is this fear is telling you all about. Don't just neglect that one. Don't just skip that part and not really listening to that one, that fear, that what discomfort that you have inside of you right now, because ignoring fear will just make it speak much louder. And lastly, the third step will be spend as long as it takes to feel it. So usually it's like 30 to 60 seconds, just 1 minute to 2 minutes. And don't try to get rid of it. Feel the emotion by spending some time with it. Fear feeling acknowledged and heard and often dissipates. So instead of pushing away the fears and saying things to yourself directly like, be strong, you can do this, affirmation like that. Instead of just moving on like that, take some time. This practice is just taking you about 2 to 3 minutes. This really helps because I have practiced this for a while. I mean, not just a while, just since like maybe 4 years back, because I realized that faking it till you make it, or that be strong mentality doesn't serve me anymore, because there's so many things that I'm fearful of. Of course, when I'm taking risks, I'm taking getting out of my comfort zone. There's so many things that I'm fear about. Fear of getting judged, fear of being criticized by people, fear of failure, fear of not have the ability to make money, whatever it may be. So sit with that fear, feel it inside of you. And number one, again, I just review. Number one, affirming that it is natural to feel discomfort. Spend 15 seconds to 30 seconds. And number two, understand what's your relationship with this discomfort. And number three is to spend as long as it takes to really feel the emotion. Okay, and then you can move on and proceed with your life and take a deep breath and just let it go and move on. take that courageous action, even you are fearful of that. Okay. If you want to know more about how you can get over your fear of failure, or how whatever things that has been holding you back from taking action, from the big goal that you have, you can always click the link below and book this one-on-one session with me, 45 session with me, and I can help you to overcome whatever situation that you are having right now, inshallah. Okay, I see you guys next week. So bye-bye. Remember to start your day with intention, love what you do, and end your day with gratitude. I see you next week. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum. Are you struggling to find time for yourself or for things that matters to you? Or if you even ever find some time, you found that you can't simply slow down and stop thinking about work. If you are one of those women, you'll benefit from the Success Accelerator program, my 12 weeks one-on-one success and productivity coaching program that helps you to do less and get more work done so that you can spend more time doing things you love. Book a free call with me at draliamajid.com/coaching, or you can do a self-assessment using my free life audit workbook at draliamajid.com/life audit, or you can even join my Facebook group from the link below. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.